I think today I just wanted to talk about unlearning everything. I think the process of a lot of these videos at this point is like me talking about me unearthing some learned behavior that I've had for the 27 years of my life and then unpacking it and then basically deciding if I want to keep it or not. So much of the conversations that I have now with like the homies, when I say the homies, it's like two homies. But it's like when I have it with the homies, it's mostly about this sort of not necessarily trauma, but it could be a trauma or a learned trait or just a belief or value that we've learned being cisgendered men, basically. Just like learned behavior that we have related to specifically relationships in this point, but relationships, like the philosophy around relationships in this case can be applied to like other parts of life. All of these like learned behaviors that we have that ultimately paint our sort of judgment and reactions to a lot of things that happen in our life. Yeah.
So I feel like so much of what I'm doing now is like rebuilding a lot of these sort of like systems within my own mind and really just thinking about the ways that I react to things, you know, and like, why do I think this way? Or like, why is this thing that I've been so attached to, like, why does it actually mean something to me? Or does it even mean something to me? I feel like so much of the stuff that goes throughout my head in my everyday life, I'm like, I'm actually not attached to it. It's just like the only sort of thought process that I've ever known. And that's like a really powerful thing to think about of like, yes, this like value that I've been taught is like something that has been the only way I've been conditioned to maybe think about something, but I'm actually not attached to it. I think with the process of like making room for this new way of being, it allows for you to be not only just like a better person. I think that's the most important thing is like I felt more centered within myself. Being centered within yourself allows for sort of the energy that you are wasting on other things to like actually be applied to like feeling better about yourself. Or
It's too cold outside, bro, to do anything outside. So now I'm about to just have y'all in the house with me. We're about to have these yap sessions. But I'm your host here. My name's Antonio. I have not said my name in any of these videos yet. Over the past week or so, I've been learning to like be more mindful. Low key, it's like basically just like Rick Rubin's philosophies at this point. It's like mindful meditation sort of things of like being more aware of my internal thoughts and my external reactions. And when I have these sort of implicit thoughts or like just, you know, my immediate reactions to things, I've been trying to like be more mindful of like processing and like breaking down the sort of emotions that I'm feeling. And then I'm trying to like identify if I've actually identified with them, basically. Or like reactions to things I have now and like have the thought of like, is this even my own thought? It's like part of the reason that I like stopped going on like Instagram and like TikTok and Twitter and all these different places, because I started to question if like my thoughts are really my own after a certain point, because you start to like regurgitate a lot of the tweets and like TikToks that you see. Of course you do, you know, like it's the stuff that's like most present in your mind. But at a certain point, I started to like feel detached from like my own personality, and like I value being like self-aware in a lot of ways. And I didn't feel like I was that person anymore.
I think ultimately I'm just always too hard on myself. So also unlearning sort of like the mind process of like beating yourself down all the time, because there's no need for it. It's also important. Yeah, more videos in the crib. I'm about to eat this dinner, and I'll see y'all next time.